Greetings and welcome to the A Different World panel discussion hosted by the oh so pretty women of Omicron Psi Omega Chapter of Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. Tonight, we will discuss the different views between a predominantly white institution, which we refer to as a PWI, and that of an HBCU, which is known as a historically Black college. I have my sisters tonight to help talk about their experiences at both institutions and share their experiences. I will let them introduce themselves.
Hi, my name is Jordan Brown, and I'm a graduate of Appalachian State University. I graduated in 2016 with a degree in elementary education and a concentration in social studies.
Hi, I'm Trina Sampson. I am a graduate of 1995 from Winston-Salem State University, and my degree was in a Bachelor's of Arts in broadcast production and a minor in music education.
Hey everyone, my name is Tamisha Clark and I'm here representing North Carolina State University. Go Pack! I graduated from NC State with a mechanical engineering degree in 1997.
Hello, my name is Janelle Terry. I attended North Carolina A&T State University. I graduated in 2000 with a Bachelor's of Science degree in business education.
All right, ladies, we are all together to discuss our topic for tonight, which is a sisterly conversation discussing PWIs versus our HBCUs. So let's get this conversation started. As an icebreaker, I would like each of you to tell 2 truths and a myth about your college or university. And I'm going to start with Jordan.
All right, so my first one is Appalachian State is a D2 university. We have won 3 national championships for football, and it was originally a teaching school. So one of those is a myth.
If you would like to answer and figure out which one is a myth, you could put your finger up. I was going to say put your pinky up, but it's okay. Whichever you choose. Trina would like to answer. Let me unmute you.
I think the one that's a myth is that it was a teaching school.
It actually was a teaching school when they opened. It was.
You can unmute yourself, Janelle. Thank you, Trina.
You're welcome.
D2.
That one is the myth. It's actually a D1 college, which a lot of people don't realize, but it is D1, yes.
I had no idea.
I didn't either when I went there.
Right. Wow. Thank you. Next person will be Janelle. You can unmute yourself.
North Carolina A&T is the #1 public HBCU. Taraji P. Henson graduated from North Carolina A&T. And North Carolina A&T is the #1 producer, HBCU producer of engineers.
Tamisha?
I'm going to go with Taraji is the myth.
That is correct. She graduated from Howard, but she did attend A&T in 1988.
Wow. I was going to pick her, but okay. Cool. Next one. Tamisha.
Athletic teams used to be called the Aggies. Secondly, our biggest rival is Duke University. And then third, NC State was officially integrated in 1953 when it admitted 2 engineering graduate students that were African American.
I know at the beginning you got cut off a little bit because I muted your mic. Do y'all need her to repeat, or could you hear?
Can you repeat just the first one?
Okay.
The first one was our athletic teams used to be referred to as the Aggies.
Ooh. Competition? Maybe. Anybody want to guess which one is the myth? Oh, of course the Aggie would.
I'll take a guess. I guess Duke is your biggest rivalry.
That's right. Our biggest rivalry is University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill.
Oh, yeah. Cool. All right, Trina, you're next with your 2 truths and a myth.
Winston-Salem State University was founded as a teacher's college. Also, Winston-Salem State is predominantly a PWI, a predominantly white institute. And another thing about Winston-Salem State, it is a great HBCU to obtain your degree.
Anybody want to guess with the myth? Tamisha?
Winston-Salem State's a PWI.
That was a dead giveaway.
But it's all good. It is all good. Thank y'all so much. So, another engaging question that I really want you to think about before you answer is, in one word, describe your alma mater. One word, just one. And I'm going to start with Tamisha.
Challenging.
Excellent, challenging. Cool. Trina.
I Girl on the blank.
It's all good.
Back to me.
Look, I threw this one. I will come back to you. I threw it out. So, hey. Jordan.
A journey. I'll call it a journey.
I'll take it. Janelle.
I guess an experience.
Okay. An experience. I'll take that. Trina, we're back to you.
Awesome.
Excellent, 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 excellent. I just threw that out there because a lot of times we experience things or experience our colleges or universities, but we never have a takeaway of an overall word to describe our experience. So we had challenging for NC State. We had a journey for Appalachian. We had amazing for Winston-Salem State University. And we had an experience for A&T, NC A&T. And that A&T thing may be just due to Geo. Who knows? I don't know. Okay, we are going to talk about next, why did you choose? We're all African American women here. So the next question is, why did you choose your HBCU or PWI? And another part of the question is, was there any pressure from any family members, or why did you choose? Anybody can answer.
I actually started out I had a scholarship to attend North Carolina School of the Arts.
Oh, really?
And when I finished the actual tour and going over with my family, I really got freaked out. It was a lot different back then, that I wasn't used to, the cultural and everything that was going on there. And I told my parents I did not want to go. And it was like a month before school started. And it was like, well, you got to go somewhere. So I actually chose to go to community college and then transfer to Winston-Salem State.
Cool. Awesome. Do you regret your decision?
I do not regret my decision, not one bit.
Awesome. Awesome. All right, Jordan, would you like to chime in? Thank you, Trina.
My decision was definitely a financial decision. My mom told me, I have this amount of money for you, and you have to decide, do you want all 4 of your years paid for, or do you want, just a few years? And I decided, my best thought is to just go somewhere where it's fully paid for and I don't have that stress of student loans. Because a lot of people don't know, Appalachian State at that time, I think it's changed, was one of the cheapest colleges in North Carolina, as well as book-wise. You didn't have to buy books. You could just rent your books. So you weren't spending a ton of money every semester on buying books and things like that. So it was definitely a big financial decision for me.
Awesome. Thank you. That's good information. I never knew that about that. Wow. Tamisha? Hold on, you're muted. I'm going to unmute you. There we go.
Thank you. So my decision to go to North Carolina State University was twofold. First of all, it's one of the best engineering schools in the state. Secondly, it is in-state, so it was cheaper from a financial perspective than going out of state.
Can you hear me? Okay. Well, I'm going to try to say this without bashing anybody. I was accepted into North Carolina Central and A&T. And my decision was made based off of campus appearance. When I toured North Carolina Central, I was not impressed too much with the setting and the surroundings. And when I attended A&T, I liked that setting a little bit more. Plus, it was closer to home.
I think
unmute yourself.
Yeah, I think you're muted.
Thank you, sisters. I was so muted. So my question is, if you don't have kids, if you're planning to have kids, what direction will you stir your children in as to go to a PWI or a HBCU? And we want to consider the cultural climate. Which way and why? Anybody want to take the hot question?
I'll take it. Aaliyah's in the middle of the road already at 8 years old. She wants to go to Wake Forest and Winston-Salem State. Like, what we gonna do? But I will, of course, we will, of course, allow her to make her own decision once she's at that age. She does see a lot, of course, with mom being a alumni of Winston-Salem State, the homecoming she attends. So I can see her going there also, but she's such a culturally diverse child. She definitely will be also, I can see her definitely at a PWI as well. So we'll let her make that decision once that comes.
I can't hear you, Lynette.
Tamisha, would you like to chime in?
Sure. So actually, that's a pretty relative question to me. I actually have a senior this year who's making that decision right now. And we jokingly told him that our checkbook was only good at NC State because me and my husband both went to NC State. But I'm kind of with Trina. You know, we're going to let him make his own decision. So far, he's applied to Charlotte. He's planning to apply to App, and he's planning to apply to NC State. So, you know, whatever he feels like is best for him, we'll support.
Thank you for your input. Would anybody else like to chime in? Could the host chime in? I wonder. Because I'm saying that because I have a son who is currently 5 years old, and we are drilling him to go to Winston-Salem State. Considering what has happened, he's not going to be an Aggie, he's not going to be an Eagle, he's going to Old State U. But that's because even though he's 5, I am at a fright most of the time when I think of him going off to college. And I cannot I can't fathom in my mind thinking he would go to a PWI. What if something happens and he's just judged, or, you know, something goes wrong just because of the color of his skin? I just can't do it. So I'm conditioning him, learned behavior, if you will, that Winston-Salem State is the only way. He has shirts. He experienced homecoming. I'm showing him all the good things so that when he gets older, his mind will say, oh, yeah, I'm a Ram at heart. And honestly, Tamisha, you stated how you and your husband went to NC State. And of course, you would like for your son to go there. I think, especially in the Caucasian community, those parents, grandparents, they invest so much into the institution. Believe it or not, their kids don't have a choice either. It's like you have to go to our colleges or universities that we attended because we're vested in it. So that's how I want my son to be. As it pertains to my daughter, because I do have a daughter, and she's like Aaliyah. She would like to be a doctor, but I always try to instill in her as well the values of the HBCU and the experience, because I feel like it's like none other. Which brings me to my next question for our PWIs first, and then we'll let the HBCU panelists take it over. PWI people, what did you dislike the most about your PWI experience that you saw an HBCU do? Tamisha?
Homecoming. So I will say that we haven't been back to a homecoming at NC State since we left. And again, me and my husband both went there. We have gone to both Winston-Salem State and A&T's homecoming every year. We tailgate, we've met people. Just the camaraderie that you see at those homecomings is just, it's just incredible. And that's something that I would say that I didn't get from my institution, that I see at both of those colleges. And it's just wonderful how people have maintained friendships for so long and can just come together like they never missed a beat. So that would be the one thing for me.
Thank you. Awesome feedback. Jordan, you're next.
I think it's kind of hard for me because I kind of still met my people and I actually became an AKA at my school. So I was still around the culture. But I think what was kind of hard for me was I was on the cheerleading team there and I was basically the only Black girl. And just that judgment kind of that I felt if I wore my hair natural Or if it's raining outside, sis, I can't just be out here with no hood on, or I can't wear my hair straight. And I could feel the judgment from, the coach and other people around on the team of, well, her hair's not straight. Like, she looks a little different. I'm not wearing all that, the makeup and the red lipstick. Like, that's not what I was about. So I think that was one thing that kind of frustrated me, is feeling different but still having to be myself in something that I love so much. It made it hard for me to, feel the love back that I was feeling for that team and things like that. So that's kind of what I didn't like.
Gotcha. How many other African American cheerleaders were on the team?
So I cheered all 4 years, and it was me and my friend. She was mixed. But my senior year, it's weird. Like, every time someone's a senior, it's like when one leaves, another one comes in. So there's maybe one every 4 years. They kind of just keep us until another one leaves. So it's hard being definitely
you
the
said
only
it, I mean. Thank you, Jordan. Trina?
Repeat the question for me, hostess Sarah.
So, what was my question? No, the question is, by attending an HBCU, what experience did you have that like outshined your whole entire educational career there? For the PWIs, the question was, by them attending a PWI, did they miss a HBCU experience? So you can actually talk about an experience that you enjoyed while attending an HBCU.
I feel like the best experience was the fact that, of course, I was a local. I lived in Winston-Salem. I was brought up in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. But my parents and I wanted me to get the full experience. Mm-hmm. So, of course, I stayed on campus all 4 years. Oh, wow. So I was able to experience, all from the gym jams, from, all the different student union activities and everything that was actually, I probably wouldn't be able to experience if I was going back and forth or commuting. So just having that college experience up close and personal was the best experience that I could possibly have had at a HBCU.
Gotcha. Thank you. Thank you, Trina. Janelle?
Okay. This is a tough one, Lynette. I'll say when people think of HBCUs, they think everyone on the campus is Black, and that's not the case. The one experience that I had that I appreciate is that they have a melting pot of different cultures, professors, leadership. So you kind of get the experience of every nationality at an HBCU. So it's not just limited to me seeing someone that looks like me, but I can see someone that doesn't and work in a group and a team with them, and not only focus on the class, but learn some things about their culture as well.
Awesome. Thank you. So, ladies, to wrap up our discussion tonight, the final question is, how did your school transform you into the woman you are today? And how did it prepare you for your career? Now, in answering this question, you're going to answer the question, but also at the end, tell us what your career is now. Would anybody like to start us off? Trina, I see your hand first. Hold on, let me unmute you. Oh, you can unmute you.
Okay. I feel like Winston-Salem State, going through the broadcast and journalism, mass communications major, prepared me for what I really wanted to get into during that time, and also preparing me for internship at a local television station, WXII, and getting a field of so much of what I was going to be doing for my career. It also prepared me for my career because I actually end up working for WXI for a number of years, and I was able to reach out to people that I knew during my internship that actually was able to get me and land me a job there.
That is amazing. Thank you for sharing. Next, Tamisha. Oh, let me unmute you.
Thank you. NC State was very similar to the corporate environment that I'm in today and that I experience today from a makeup perspective. Oftentimes in my class, I was the only African-American or one of few African-Americans. And because of my major in engineering, I was often one of the only women in my class as well. And I still continue to see that in corporate America. So that was probably the biggest thing that it prepared me for, is that transition was relatively easy because I was just used to being the only one in the room and having to hold my own in a group of people that may not look or think like me. And so today I'm actually general manager and vice president of operations at Cook Medical's Winston-Salem facility.
Awesome. Thank you. Janelle?
I believe North Carolina A&T prepared me for the hidden racism in corporate America and how to deal with it, just due to my professors experiencing those things and some still working in that environment and teaching at the same time. Currently, I work for the United Healthcare insurance company as a quality analyst. I work with majority of non-African Americans. So anything I say or any corrections I make, they automatically assume that I'm being aggressive. But I feel like if I know what I'm talking about, it's no way you're going to talk me down from it. So A&T has also taught me to stand on it. I stand on what I say, believe what I say, and don't let anyone make you feel bad for speaking up and speaking out.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. And Jordan?
I would say I kind of have both experience like Janelle and Tamisha. It definitely prepared me for being, someone who doesn't look like other people in my profession, and just standing my ground as well and saying, this is what I feel, this is what is important to me, and really teaching me I'm not just standing up for myself anymore, I'm standing up for the people that I'm working with. Being an elementary education teacher, I teach kindergarten this year, but I've taught third grade for the past 4 years. A lot of teachers don't look like their students, so I felt like I had to stand up for myself when I was in school. So now I feel like I'm really trying to stand up for my students who look like me, but their teachers may not look like me.
Awesome, awesome feedback. Well, thank you, ladies, so much for participating in our A Different World panel discussion. You all did great. Also, please follow us on social media, Omicron Psi Omega, AKA. Thank you and have a good night.